Hey folks, good morning. At least it's morning here in Los Angeles today, and happy to be with you. So this is a series called 20 Minutes to Peace, and the idea is just to real quickly, you got a busy day, let's come together, spend a few minutes and see what we can do with the power of the breath to lift our mood, lighten up, whatever you need. Breath sort of takes care of you that way, in a self-adjusting way. So I want to just jump right in. One idea. There's a lot going on in a human life, and there's a lot going on with billions of us humans on the planet, plus all the weather and animals and everything that's going on. It can be overwhelming. So sometimes it gets heavy and we feel heavy. So the breath, though, is coming in and going out every single moment of our lives. So we can use the breath to model and teach our mind and our body to release the weight of the world and then revive itself. All right? So that's all I want to do with you today, is help you release something that might be weighing you down and help you be lighter and revive yourself. That's all I want to share with you. And so join me and see if it works for you. To simply put your hands together in the following way. You've got 3 segments of each finger. So the middle segment, can you put the middle segment of your right fingers on top of the middle segment of the left fingers? Right? Now this is really interesting hand position because you've probably never done it before. So it feels different. Again, middle segment, right fingers on top of middle segment, left fingers. Then the 2 thumbs are just going to rest on the left middle segment, and that'll create a little opening that you could blow into. All right? So I don't know if you're seeing that, but it's fairly simple. But when I do it, wow, I've never really held my hand. Usually you cup your hands completely. No, middle segments, right hand on top of middle segments, left. And then the thumb tips touching the middle segment of the left. And then we're going to breathe. So relax your arms, shoulders, elbows right here. And let's breathe really relaxed and nice in the following way, through the mouth. So take a breath in through the nose. Now release through the mouth like this. The breath's going into this little hole, and maybe you can feel it on my thumbs and feel it in between into the cup of the hands. So it's going to be a long, slow exhale. Emptying the lungs completely. You don't have to force it really intensely, but let it all go. Let it all go. That's the theme of today. And then when you're ready to inhale, it's going to come in through the nose spontaneously. Your empty lungs want to be full. Your life force wants to replenish. You want to live. But sometimes you feel like it's too hard to live. It's too much work. So we're going to let the body have that spontaneous. So let me demonstrate again. Listen to the breath and then we'll join together. So I'm coming always in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now long and slow. You see, I squeeze it out, all the way out. So I'm empty, 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 empty. And then I let it in through the nose and it comes in, Life wants to be revived. So if you just again feel depressed, heavy, tired, let your body remember how much it loves breath and loves life and wants to live. Okay, we're going to do this 11 minutes now, and we'll be out of here in under 20 minutes. So, ready to join me? Listen to my breath and listen to your breath. We start in and feel the breath on the thumbs and into the little hole in your hands. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it out, and then, oh, I want to live. See, feel that little empty spot, like when you're completely out, and squeeze all the breath out, and then have a moment of just still, silent peace, and then let life come back to you. That's nature's way of loving life, of wanting to live. So experience that each time. In 11 minutes, you'll do this about 45 or more times, having the experience of depleted, empty, stillness, peace. Life comes back to me, right? You don't even have to do it. Life just comes back to you. Breath comes back. Let's keep going. Squeeze it all out. And then go right back into releasing the breath. Your belly's going to squeeze. So in these first few minutes, I'm going to repeat the instructions again. Middle segment. The middle segment of each hand, each finger, is laying on top of the middle segment of the other hand, right on top of left. And then the tips of the two thumbs are resting on the middle segment of the left hand, not touching the right. That gives you a little opening there. And that's what you're breathing into. The lips are relaxed and open enough so it's not a whistle. If it whistles, that's fine, but it's more of a windy breath. In a relaxed way, let it out. But at the end, squeeze. You feel your abdominals and your diaphragm squeeze in to squeeze the last breath out. And then just have that moment of stillness, of nothingness, and whoosh, back in through the nose. All right? So let's go. It's not a desperate inhale. It's just an exuberant one. It's from emptiness to fullness. You know, from death to life. From old to new. That's the cycle of life. You can experience it over and over again in this period of a few minutes. We're going 11 minutes and we're several minutes into it. Let's keep going. Revive, release and revive. The only instructions about the eyes are that the eyes will relax and close on their own. So just let them do that. So if you can feel empty and then, so the weight of the world off, release, release, release. I don't care. All the stuff you've been worrying about, caring about, thinking about, what you've got to do, what you didn't do, just come on. There's none of that. Just let it all out with the breath. Be empty like the lungs. Empty, empty, empty. And then fill back fresh. Don't carry your history and all the news and the stuff. Let it go. And then feel fulfilled by filling with fresh air. Now I know we're separated by time and space and technology, but here we are breathing together, sharing the human experience of life. Can be hard, but let's empty, release, and refresh. I feel that shared experience with you. We're not alone. We might be apart and separated by time and space, but we're not alone. We're sharing this moment, this common experience of breath. Empty, then full. So I want to again encourage you to enjoy, squeeze that last bit of breath there out, and you're empty. And then you just pause for a second, and you're in that beautiful emptiness. Then let the breath revive you. It's a really invigorating, refreshing feeling. And I hope you let yourself spontaneously engage this and all these kinds of exercises. For instance, you're there alone, you're in private, so you may feel like, as the breath's going, you may feel like groaning or moaning or whistling, or you may also on the in-breath just feel exalted and want to create some sound, some verbalization. The nature of these exercises is they're very organic, they're very universal but also individual. So don't be too rigid with your practice. Let the basic elements of the exercise, the practice, stimulate and release in you your natural response. So don't think this is a rigid, tight practice like I gotta, and don't live that way either. Instructions, guidelines, even rules are beautiful because somebody learned that it worked better to follow this way rather than that. But that was their experience. So once you reanimate a practice that someone else has done and taught, me to you today. So I have my experience of this. I do it the way I learned it. But now you let it become alive in you. So don't be too hard and rigid with your practice and with your life. Let it come alive in you and be reborn in a unique way that it's never happened for anybody else. Keep breathing. We've got just a couple more minutes here to, by my estimate, hit 11 minutes. Let's keep going. Mm. Now coming up to the end now, so whatever's been an issue, a problem on your mind, maybe it's a physical ailment that's been bothering you, just practice releasing and being without that. Just be with nothing and see what comes to you then. See what comes in the vacuum, in the space you create. That's called the creative process. The act of creation. All right, on your next inhale, relax the hands down, relax the breath out, and just sit in great stillness. Sit in stillness. Let light come in, let goodness come in, let peace fill the void. Be renewed. Be simple. Be yourself. I feel you out there on the other end of this technology. Let's share this space of warmth and goodness. I don't think we manufactured it, created it, imagined it. I think it was just revealed when there was space to feel it. Now I'm going to give you a few more guidelines to this particular exercise. You can do this for up to 2.5 hours if you've got the interest and the will. We did it for about 11 minutes. So imagine doing it like on a beach, out in the woods, in your room, like instead of some drastic vacation, expensive drugs or something, like just sit and do this for as short or long as you want. But I'm encouraging a longer practice until you really more permanently wipe away the things that might be weighing you down and more lastingly revive and create this feeling of peace. So 1, you can do it longer. 2, do it at the end of the day. Do it when you, or anytime when you can really relax afterwards. If you feel mellow and you were planning to come in 20 minutes and get back to work, maybe you've got to do that and you'll feel fresh anyway. But enjoy this simple practice when you can really take the time to enjoy the benefits. After work, come home, come home. After work, do it for a little while and then relax. Do it right before bed when you can really enjoy the effects without having to jump back into the stream. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I appreciate my time with you and your time with me. So we'll continue this series, 20 Minutes to Peace, and see what we can do in our personal peace to help contribute to world peace, right? If you're happier, that's 1 in 7, 8 billion happier, and that's going to make a difference. So thanks for coming along. We'll see you later. and take care.